In this post, we're going to actually create and customize a Genius post. Now, in the previous training videos, which if you haven't been through, you're going to want to because this one's going to rely on some information that we've covered before, we accessed everything so far from this icon in the browser bar. And then we've gone mostly into here for segments and groups and things like that. In this particular one, we're going to go to a different area, and then you won't come back to using the icon until after we've created and customized a post, at least one. What I'm going to do is, let me scroll down. I'm going to pick a particular post. I did one as a test post. Here it is. Earlier, and the walkthrough video that's in the extension itself, I used this test post to do that. And if you've been through that, some of this will be a repeat, but we'll go through more details here. Now what you want to do is pull this post out into its own page. And sometimes you can access Genius posts right from these three dots here in the upper right hand corner, but not all profiles allow that. If you don't see up above Save Post, if you don't see Genius posts listed, click the date underneath of your name of when this was posted, or if it's recent, it might just say 15 minutes or 2 hours or however long it was since you posted it, and click that. And it'll open the post in a new page, in its own page. And then if you click the three dots now, what you'll see is Use Genius Posts above Save Post. And that's where we're going to go. And you'll get this page here. There are a couple of things I'll show you. If you click View Post, it'll open the post in a new tab. So if you ever forget what you're looking at, and it's opening it in the mobile version when you do that, but we'll close that. We don't need that. And you want to give the post a title. Now, this title and this description are for your own purposes for within the extension. You'll see after we're finished this where this goes. This is just so that you can remember what this post is and what it's about. Because if you're using Genius posts a lot, which hopefully you will be, you'll have to have some way of remembering which post was that, which was this, and you can always open it up and view the post. But for this one, this was our test post, and this is now the test post for training. Oops, my goodness, for training videos. Okay? Now we want to set keywords. You don't have to set a keyword. If you leave the keyword area blank, then it will reply to everyone on the list. What you want to do, I'll just show you what I've got here. I asked people to comment VIP or test. So let's put VIP and then hit a comma, and it'll make it a new one, or test. Okay, so anywhere where those keywords come in, and I don't believe we have to do this because the character string is in there, but I'm going to put pound test and pound hashtag test and hashtag VIP because that's what I put in there. And then put a reply. And everything that you put here, whatever you put in here, will get replied to anyone who put this VIP. So we could say something like, thanks for replying, check your PMs. Okay, now the reason I put that is because if they did the keyword, we're going to reply to them and we're going to send them a PM. I'll show you the PM momentarily. We've actually already done those in another video. And then hit a comma, and that's one possible reply. Let's do another one. Thank you. I sent you a PM. What we're doing is we're creating multiple responses that Genius Posts will choose from when it sees a keyword. So it'll see a keyword, it'll randomly select one from the reply list. It'll see a keyword, it'll randomly select one from the list, etc. So let's do a few of these. We'll do thanks. Let's do exclamation mark there. Thanks. PM sent. That'll be a short one. I appreciate it. PM on the way. Exclamation mark. And we can do a few of these. All right. It looks like I've got a. Okay. Now look, I have a. Well, that is, okay, I thought that was an exclamation mark, but I'll just show you. You can click the X there if you see one you want to get rid of. You can't go back and edit them, but you can delete them and retype them, and they're usually going to be short. Thank you for participating. Whoops, my goodness. I've sent a PM to you. Okay, I'm going to stop. We don't need any more. And then hit the comma button. I believe you can hit enter. I always just hit the comma. And that's that. So whatever is in here, in the reply lists area, will be what gets sent to them. Well, it'll choose one of these if the person typed in one of these keywords. And you don't have to reply to people that don't do keywords. And then what we want to do is we want to send them a PM. I'm going to skip this enable fallback reply for just a moment. We can check a group. Now we only have one group in the extension. If you remember when we created these groups up here in the extension, we only built the one. And we built it based on the introductory thanks, the interest shown in video, link to video sample, outro. Okay? So we can select that group. Now if you don't select a group, if you leave it where it says please select a group, then no PM will be sent. And that's fine too. You don't have to send a PM. But the point is to try, well, one of the points is to try to get that conversation into Messenger. So you want to send a PM. At least most of the time I would think you would. But you can leave it on please select a group and then it will not send one. But we're going to click groups test for training. And then if you do this enable fallback reply, what this is this is going to be for people who did not put in one of the keywords. They typed something different. And here's the thing you need to keep in mind. If you do the fallback reply and they get replied to by Genius Posts, then it's going to send them the message, the PM. So they may not be interested in it. So if you only want the PM to go to the people who put in a keyword and you want them to get that PM, then just don't do anything. Don't reply anything to the people who don't use the keyword. You know, up here I told them to put anything else they wanted. But you can put this is a test post for something I have coming up. Please help by commenting VIP or test. And if they don't, then they obviously aren't interested in that. So you don't need a reply. But we can. You know, on here we could put thanks. I sent you a PM even though you didn't enter the keyword. Something like that. Okay? And we'll just leave that like that. There's a typo in there. I'm going to leave it for this example because we're just going to move forward. There's only one comment in there. At least there was only one comment to reply to for this test. So there we are. So we've got our title, our description, our keywords, our reply lists. We've enabled fallback replies. There is one, and we have chosen a group. Do we want to tag the user in the reply? So you'll see here, like when I ran this before, it tagged the user each time. Okay, I like to do that. Just click yes. You don't have to. You can click no, and it'll just do the reply. It won't click yes. Now, what you want to do, the way Genius Posts works the best is if you've got a thread going and you let it sit for a little while and let people respond, but don't jump in and reply. Just let it build up a little bit. And come back an hour later, a couple hours later, a day or two later, and then run Genius Posts. And what you'll see, if you watch the walkthrough, what you'll see is we were only a few minutes into it, and maybe 4 or 5 minutes into it, and the thread started getting traction again. And then once you start running this, what's going to happen is you don't want it to reply instantly. You don't want it to reply to this person and 30 seconds later reply to this person and 30 seconds later reply to this person. It's going to look like you're just spamming people. Facebook's going to go, what in the world is going on over here? So what you want to do is put a minimum time before you reply. Okay, so this will be how much time between replies. Minimum of 60 seconds. So maybe you want 3 minutes. So you'll put 180 seconds, and maybe we want that to randomly vary by 30 seconds. So it'll go anywhere between 150 seconds and 210 seconds between replies. So you've got a little bit of randomness there. And a human doesn't go and go and go and go and go. Humans take breaks. So we could even, and this is optional, we could even put a pause. Let's say we want pause after every 7 replies. We want to pause for 11 minutes. And that's going to look very natural. It also gives it a chance for other people to jump in and make replies, because it's not all going to happen at one time. And then the pauses, we don't have a random delay that we automatically do like we do here after the minimum time, but you can add one. So maybe it's 11 minutes, give or take 90 seconds. So maybe it's between 9.5 and 12.5 minutes. And then latest post engagement. Do we want to go latest post, or do we want to start at the beginning and take a look at what's going on down there? I'm gonna click no for this one. And then we just hit save. Your settings have been saved as a card in a pop-up. The window will be closed. Now if we go to the pop-up, now you see this wasn't here before. Now we have the test post. We have a little button there, and it says 0 out of 0 because it hasn't done anything yet. Now we can delete this card. We can view the post that this card is based on. If we have, let's say we forgot about it, we might have 10 or 12 of those. What was that post? The description and the title don't remind you. You can, oh yeah, that post, okay. And you can do that. You can also edit. So if you click the pencil, and if the card's running, it'll stop replies. You may notice something while you're doing, oh shoot, I got a typo in there. Like this one here, oh, let me go fix it. And you can go edit it, and then just save it again. And the card will be saved. So that's it for creating a Genius post and editing one. I'm going to actually run this post in the next video.